Hello dear Global Plenary. First of all, I want to wish you the best for 2011. I hope you have great time during holidays and now you're enjoying the ISEC operations and the ISEC daily life. My name is Juan Peña. Feel free to call me Juanqui, everyone do so. And I'm an industrial engineer, 23-year-old guy from Colombia. I was born and raised in Barranquilla. It's a 2.5 million people city in the north coast of Colombia. I was living there with my parents and my younger sister. It was in Barranquilla where I attended high school and university. During my last year at university, I joined a corporate company for my internship. And as they wanted my job, they asked me to stay even after graduation. So I was working there for a year and a half. To then move to Bogota, where the MC office is, to join the MC team of ISEC in Colombia. I am extremely easygoing and most of the time a happy person. Really calm when facing difficult situations, which is a good thing to have. And talking about hobbies, I would love to say I know how to do a lot of things, but normally I just like what most of people likes. Like I enjoy a lot of listening music, hanging out with friends, and especially spending time with family since I'm not living with them anymore and I'm kind of far right now. So every time I have the chance to be with them, I enjoy every second with my family. And now, talking about my ISEC experience. I joined ISEC in 2005 at local committee Uninorte in Colombia, where I had the chance to work in the exchange and information system teams. Then I was elected as LCVP Communications for 2007 and LCP for 2008, one of the most challenging experiences. Then I joined the MC team of ISEC in Colombia as MCVP ICX for the term 09-10, and by the end of 2009, I was elected as MCP of Colombia for the term 10-11, which is the current position I have. And now the next step I want to take in my ISEC experience is join the ISEC International Team 11-12 as BPAI for country development. Every time I decide to stand for a position, I check my contribution, my personal development and professional development. But first thing, I check something that I can explain as a click inside that shows how passionate I am for it. And being an AI is a possibility that makes my heart beat faster. So that part is checked. And now talking about contribution and talking about learning. There are three main things I want to highlight as contribution. The first thing, I joined ISEC in 2005. So I have experience throughout the evolution towards 2010 and participated in the creation of 2015 so I can actively participate on the implementation of the vision, of the new vision. Second thing, I understand I have lived and experienced the ISEC operations, so I will actively contribute to the performance of the organization. And the third thing is my contribution to the team as a proactive team player, which will help a lot in the team bonding and performance. As AI team member, the first thing I would appreciate and learn is the fact of living abroad and working with a diverse and high-quality, talented team. Second thing is related to personal and professional development, and is the fact that I want to study after the experience, maybe an MBA or related studies, so I'll have the chance to explore opportunities, and I'll also get to learn about social-related business, since this is something I want to spend my life working on. So you know why I want to be on AI. But more specifically, there are two key reasons to run for the country development position. First, I am really a results-oriented person, and I want to take the challenge to directly impact on country's performance by designing and delivering guides and coaching to drive growth. Second, the term 11-12 is a really special one since it's the time for implementation and start of achievement of ISEC 2015. Our contribution will set a path for future generations, and I want to be part of it. Now that we talk about ISEC 2015, let me share with you some thoughts about its implementation. To ensure global implementation of the Vision 2015, we need to have into account 4 steps. The first one is understanding. Second one is generating common frameworks. Number 3 is developing recommendations and guides. And number 4 will be the implementation itself. So let's talk about global and regional implementation. By IPM, we will finish the vision. So it's the time for AI to understand, which is step number 1, and then gather the MCPs to discuss what is the regional contribution to the vision, which is step number 2. After we have a common framework, it's the time to develop these guides and recommendations for MCs to create their own plans, which is step number 3. And the delivery of these recommendations will happen in expros, country visits, and a virtual education cycle. By the end of this delivery time, each AI responsible country coach need to follow up on the MCs that need to create their own plans. So after this, we now move to the national and local implementation, and we start from the basis that each MC understands what is the contribution of the MC to the region and of the region to the global network. So it's the time to wonder what is the LC contribution to the MC, right? So step number 1 and 2, which is understanding and common frameworks, need to happen after Expros and before the national conferences. That happens between June and July. That's the time to discuss how my LC is going to contribute to the national goal for 2015 and what does it mean the 2015 for my country. At the national conference is the perfect space to deliver the guidelines for the LCs to create their own plans, and finally it's responsibility of the MC coaches to make sure that the LCs have their own plans. Just some final thoughts to share about step number 3, which is recommendation and guides. Some things that I would include, for example, is the fact that the entities do not need to create additional statements. They better think, what's my contribution to the global vision, to the national vision. The second thing would be to give specific tools and guides for the LCs and entities to think what are the key milestones or the key events that need to happen during 5 years, and what are the key areas of growth that will make us closer to the vision. Beside this, many ideas can come, and it would be a cool fact to include this into the guides. So by this, having all these steps into account, we will ensure the national, global, local and regional implementation of the vision.